myself, and I. It's me, myself, and I. Me, myself, and I. It's me, myself, and I.
Come on, Chet. Where you at, buddy? Pick up the phone. Pick up the phone.
Oye, Betos Tacos, ¿cómo están?
Chet, what's up, buddy?
Sí, ¿quieres tacos? ¿Cuántos tacos quieres?
Chet, no, we're not doing this, dude. We just talked
Oye,
5 minutes ago.
Y frijoles también. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué quieres, güero? ¿Qué quieres?
¿Qué quieres? La migra. Aquí está. Corre, corre.
Ay, no, migra, está aquí.
No, la
I
migra
have
aquí
my
está.
fingers.
Enfrente de.
Tengo
Corre, corre.
papeles.
¿Qué?
No. Eso es un restaurante. ¿Qué quieres?
¿Qué quieres? Estoy a
Mira,
la
cabezón,
migra.
¿qué quieres? Porque yo tengo tacos. ¿Qué quieres?
No. Solamente. Está. ¿Qué quieres fumando? ¿Qué quieres fumando la mota?
Ay, cabrón, ¿qué quieres? ¿Quieres
Chet,
tacos? ¿Quieres
I'm
tamales?
not doing this, Chet. We've done this over
Betos
and over.
Tacos, oye, tacos.
No. Okay, Chet. Please stop.
¿Cómo
Just-
que che?
¿Cómo que?
No tengo che. ¿Qué che?
No.
¿Qué es eso?
Oh, dude, is he stuck? On,
Este
what is
chingón.
he-
¿Qué quieres, señor?
Are you?
¿No quieres nada? Ay, ándale, vete para allá.
Chet, I got a headache, bro. I already have a headache.
Oye, mijo, ¿qué quieres?
Just say the sponsors. That's all I'm asking right now.
¿Cómo es un sponsor? ¿Es un Sprite? ¿Es Sprite? ¿Quieres un Sprite con sus tacos?
Actually, you
Sí.
know what? What time is it? I'm actually pretty hungry right now. Cory,
Oye, vamos, señor. Betos Tacos.
Hey, oye, cálmate. Okay? I'm talking
Ay,
to
cabrón, ¿qué quieres?
que hablando es un Cory. So, un momento, puto. Got that?
Este cabrón, ¿cómo que puto este niño? ¿Qué cabrón?
Yeah. Did you cut him off?
He hung up.
Good. Chet, I don't know why.
I don't think that was Chet, man.
956-8573, right?
Yeah, that's the number I got right here. But I don't think that was him.
I don't know what.
He barely speaks English.
Dude, Chet, I got a headache.
I'm sorry, dude.
I can't deal with this guy. All he has to say is, welcome to Me, Mike, Self, and I podcast with your host, Mike Betancourt, sponsored by Waza Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. That's it. Do you like how I snuck that in? That's it. That's all he has to do. He has one job to do, and every single week he keeps messing it up. You know what? I'm not going to get mad. He's fired. I'm done. He's fired. I'm going to call him next week, and I'm going to fire him on the spot. And then I'm going to call him every single week after that and keep firing him. I'm going to tell him how pathetic. From now on, I'm going to call and harass. He thinks he has a job, but I'm going to call and harass him. You hear me, Chet Jackson? No, you're probably not hearing me because you're a shitty person and you can't even get the job right. Sponsored by Waza Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Booyah! It's my first day back in the studios and it's already messing up. It's okay. We roll with the punches. Cory, it feels good to be back, man. How you been?
Really good.
Yeah?
Really good. Busy. I missed you, man.
Dude.
I was jealous of where you were.
It was, folks, if you're just listening right now to the Me, Myself, and I podcast, I was in Anaheim all last week. I was at this podcast movement conference, just learning how to podcast and making network and connections and drinking and hanging out with people and more drinking. But it's all part of networking when you drink. But there's a proper time and place to network and drink. Drinking before you're about to do an announcement is not the right place to do it. Right, Chet? Probably not. But Cory, it was weird, man. It was weird doing my podcast on my phone in my rental car, yelling and stuff, and people were just looking at me. But I don't care. That's how I am. That's how I roll, and that's how it is here. But, man, it feels good to be back in the VGB studios with professionals. Got the microphone. Got my earphones. What? I heard myself? Yes, I did. Just feels great. Went down to Los Angeles as well. Man, that place is sad. That place is really, really sad. If you want to be a star and you think that it's going to happen as soon as you get off that bus and say, I'm packing my stuff, I'm getting on that bus, and I'm going straight to Tinseltown, think again. That place is dirty. People are mean. And everyone is backstabbing. Everyone backstab. Everyone hates you there. They all hate you. Even your best friend. They all hate you. They're like, dude, bro, I got your back. And as soon as you walk away, they're talking smack because they want the same part that you do. It's terrible. Horrible place to live. And here's a perfect prime example. I was driving my rental car, and this guy just ran right in front of me. I was about to turn. He ran right in front of me. I stopped, and I was like, hey, buddy, go ahead, dude. I'm sorry about that. He looked at me. He's like, what did you say to me? I said, I'm sorry. Go ahead, sir. He's like, wow. And then he walked away. Because saying that you're sorry is like saying the N-word in Los Angeles. What'd you say? Say it again. I dare you, motherfucker. Say you're sorry again. People don't understand what sorry and being apologetic and I was opening doors for people. They're like, what the fuck are you doing? Is there a camera on me? There must be a camera on me. That place must just mess you up psychologically. Because you think of like there's a camera on you. You think there's a show on you at all times. Because there's always someone doing a stupid reality show somewhere, sometime in Los Angeles. You can never have your guard down. And that's where I want to live. I think I would do well there if I ever get a chance. No, probably not, because I don't like people, and you have to work with people. And it was weird when I was going from Anaheim, because I went to visit a friend. I went from Anaheim to Los Angeles, and you could see the smog. And I'm driving through, and you could just feel this change. You're like, I gotta screw somebody over. I don't know why, but I got to. That's why I left, and that's why I'm still doing this podcast. But enough about that. It feels great to be back here at the VGB studios. And let's move on to the next thing. And the next thing, what is the next thing? The podcast of the day. What was that?
I feel like you needed a little spice.
That was amazing. Let's try it one more time. Are you guys ready? It's time for the segment called The Podcast of the Day. Oh, my God. I like that sound. Is there any other sounds that you have?
Nope.
No.
I have a.
You don't have like a toilet bowl flushing or something like that?
I have an entire soundboard at my disposal.
Oh, my God.
And I have one sound effect.
I did not know that. We just opened a can of worms.
If you need sound effects, you just tell me what you want.
I just need someone taking a dump. Do we have that?
We gotta save something for next week.
Okay, we'll save it for next week.
Next week. Wait, when you say that, do you want like just the toilet flushing?
I want. And then the toilet flushing.
That sound effect sounded more like Ryu in Street Fighter 2 when you kick his ass. Yeah, there you go. That's the.
You lose. Perfect. But the podcast of the day, ladies and gentlemen, and I highly recommend listening to this. It's called Hellbent for Horror by Scott Bradley. It's more of a storytelling type of. Scott takes a really in-depth look into horror films, your favorite horror films. He breaks it down. It's kind of like the Filmlosophers. I'm sorry, I said ossifers. Filmlosophers. But it's he takes it to another level. It's all about horror films, and it's wonderful. Highly recommend it. Please subscribe to it, and then subscribe back to mine. And I met Scott at the podcast of the day, I met him at the podcast movement, and it was cool. I mean, you could tell what Scott looks like. He's got this bright fire engine red hair and all this leather and horror stuff all over him, and he's just all about blood and guts. And I was like, you know what? I can totally relate to this guy. and I listened to his first podcast. And you know what? I was hesitant because he's like, well, I'm a storyteller. And the first thing that popped in my mind, oh, God, he's not a storyteller. Usually people that brag about being storytellers are not good storytellers. But this is excellent. Highly recommend it. So do that, please. And then, that's it. That's the podcast of the day. So I'm glad Cory, I'm really, really glad that we're podcasting today. Yesterday was, unfortunately, 9/11. And I didn't watch any of the documentaries. I didn't want to watch the horrific videos over and over again. I turned off the television. I didn't even really go on the internet because it's all there all the day. It's like fear this whole time. And it's so unfortunate. We lost over 3,000 people. Such a horrific day. Why do we need to keep watching those videos? You know which videos I'm talking about, the planes. And it was just, I didn't want to do that. I gave myself a moment of silence. I prayed and I moved on with my life. I'm not going to be stuck in that type of realm anymore. We've been doing that for 16 years. We've been reliving 9/11 for 16 years. Enough is enough, And then I saw President Trump and his wife, and I was like, oh, God, please don't do anything stupid. And he didn't say anything stupid. I was pretty surprised that he didn't say anything stupid. I thought he was like, well, on 9/11 was a tragic day, and if it wasn't for those towers being the way, those planes would have just kept flying. I was expecting him to say some stupid shit like that, but he didn't. There was a little itty bitty, teensy weensy sliver of humanity in Donald Trump. A little bit. I don't know why he kept his mouth shut that day. Maybe because everyone's very sensitive on that day, and I get it. But thank you. Thank you. I'm not going to, I really don't say thank you, Donald Trump, all the time, but thank you for not being an ass on this particular day. Ugh. Thank you. Could you imagine, Cory, if he said something stupid like that? It's just, And then last year, some freaking mattress sale. Do you see that one? Last year?
No. What
oh, my God. They immediately took it off the internet. It was so... First of all, when you do a joke, you got to be committed all the way, okay? You can't half-ass a joke, especially when it's a very controversial joke like 9/11. It was these two people. They had two mattresses right next to each other, and they're like, come to the mattress store on 9/11. All the prices are coming down. I was like, oh.
Wait, was that a joke or was that
No, it was a real commercial.
Was it unintentional though? Like
no, they wanted, and they fell down with the mattress.
Oh God.
Yeah. There was this also 9/11 cartoon. Hold on, there's this other I don't know if it's in the internet, but look it up. There was this 9/11. It's called 9/11 Dad, and the dad was the tower, right? It's a cartoon. Dad is a tower. And he's got a mustache and his hair is on fire. And they're like, honey, you need to put that out. Hold on. And he gets like a cigarette, and he puts the cigarette on top of the building. And people are jumping out. And then all of a sudden, 9/11 Dad coming this week. And then the tower, the 9/11 Dad, is laying down in his bed. And then some other guy comes out of his bed. He's like, I'll see you later, 9/11 Dad. And he's like, wow, that's what I call an inside job. I was like, oh.
Okay, you're a comedian.
No, it's not funny.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's horrible. No, it's dark. It's really, really dark. And they only did it once, and they got rid of it quick. But I remember seeing that last year as well, which is why I didn't want to watch any of this shit this year. It's like, how much fun can you make about death? Especially that, I mean, can we just have one day of people shutting the fuck up? Can we just have one day of not mentioning, not going down to the conspiracy rabbit hole? Yes, we need to protest. Yes, we know what needs to be done with our government and with our lives and everything like that. But just be quiet. That should be what's going on 9/11. Turn off the television and just a day of silence. Not a moment, just a day of shutting the fuck up. One day. That would speak. Don't go out. Don't drive anywhere. Walk wherever you need to go. Turn off your cell phone and just remember that day that way. Instead of coming up with stupid commercials, coming up with a horrible cartoon. I did laugh a little bit. Especially when he said 9/11. especially when he said, well, that's an inside job. I was like, oh. That's when you know they got you when you went, ooh, that's terrible. But, yeah, it's one, with December 7th for Pearl Harbor, we what do? We do the same thing. We have a moment of silence, and then we move on our day, and that's about it. I think there needs to be more with 9/11 that's connecting to us. Because, Cory, tell me about this. Do you feel, wow, we're going to have Mike and Cory talk. This is awesome. I love this.
I like it.
I love it. How do you feel about this? And I'm no jokes aside or anything. How do you feel about, or how do you feel when 9/11 happened, from 9/11 to now? Do you feel that you were stuck in this repeated realm that's constantly repeating over and over again whenever 9/11 pops up?
No, I was very, very young when it happened. So like it doesn't. All I remember, to me, I was so young to where I didn't even understand the scope of what was going on. I'm 29 now.
Okay.
So I think I was in middle school.
Yeah, probably like 13, 14?
I remember being sad and everything and being like, wow, this sucks, and I'm scared we're going to go to war or whatever, all that kind of stuff. But then I was like, how come all the cartoons are gone? Like all the TV channels for all.
What the fuck? I wanted to see something else on TV.
Every channel, like they canceled wrestling that week.
Yeah, I know. I remember that.
Yeah, so like I remember that, but I don't think there's ever an appropriate time to fucking like just make those kind of jokes about it. I don't know. I just don't see the humor in that kind of stuff.
You know what? I think like the mattress, forced humor is the worst type of humor you can possibly do. If you gotta make it come out organically and make it smart. If you're gonna go all the way with 9/11, you need to talk about the conspiracy. You need to joke around about that. You need to make fun of Bush. You need to make fun of the Rumsfeld. You can't just go 9/11. You can't just do that. If you're gonna go all the way, go deep, then go all the way and pull out everything. You go down the rabbit hole and pull everything out of the rabbit hole.
Yeah, like there's the younger guy from Saturday Night Live right now. He's also stand-up.
Oh, his dad died in the building.
Yeah, I can't
Pete
think.
Davidson.
Pete Davidson.
Yeah.
He on his Comedy Central special, he talks about 9/11, and he was like even younger than me, and he just knew his dad died. He didn't really understand the scope of when your dad dies. He just knew people were giving him free shit all the time. Like,
oh, really?
He was like, and part of his bit is like, I would have pushed my mom down the stairs for an Xbox.
That's hilarious.
He joked about 9/11 in the perfect way to me. Like the only time I've ever laughed about 9/11 was through his personal experience, talking about it through that way. So I think stand-ups, like you guys are crafty enough to be smart and clever to come up with stuff, but then to me, lighting a cigarette in your building or whatever, that's just tasteless. Like it's easy. I don't know.
Yes, thank you. It is an easy laugh because with Pete Davidson, he's a victim of 9/11, and he's vulnerable on stage, talking about his dad's death, talking about the horrific events of 9/11, and he's flipping the script and making it funny. That's different with just going, I'm a 9/11 dad, blah, blah, blah. I'm a burning building. People jump off my... And people come out of the cartoon building. And, that's the one thing I hate watching. That's why I refuse to stop watching the 9/11 videos, is watching those people jump from the building. I can't. Looking back, I can't believe they put that shit in the newspaper. Like that was front page. I remember going to my grandparents' house before school, seeing a newspaper on the counter of a guy just free falling
from the top of this building. And like when you think of it, it's so morbid. But we had to see that though. I don't think they should have covered it up. But
I don't think they should have photographed it. They should have just talked about it and
Maybe.
and have it documented, well written.
I'll never get that image out of my head.
course.
By the way,
Right.
I see the newspaper. I could see the counter, everything. It kind of scarred me in a way.
You know what? We've been ever since 9/11. If you think about this, ever since 9/11 to now, from everything, even before that. I mean, yes, the horrific events from Columbine, that scarred me because I was in high school when that happened. And then when 9/11 happened, I was in the Navy and we were on standby. But if you think about from 9/11 to now, how much violence is immune in our culture now, which is why people are okay watching these videos. You know, look at the Facebook murder where that guy killed that old man on Facebook Live. And people are watching this shit. You know, and people are watching cops kill people when they pull over, and they're okay. That right there should not be on the internet. Murder. I mean, okay, I don't know. You might be young for this, but does anybody remember the VHS video called Faces of Death or Faces of Fear? That was such a huge controversial because it showed real life people dying in front of you. Faces of fear. And it's like people getting trampled by horses and people getting shot up. And it was like this big thing, huge. And it was like so controversial that they wouldn't sell it anywhere. You had to buy it from the black market or something like that. And it was like unheard of seeing this video. But now it's like a regular thing.
My dad used to tell me stories about when he was in high school and they were teaching him how to drive or something. They made him watch something called Red Asphalt.
Yes, I remember that.
And it affected him much the same way.
Right. It's teaching. But that was so light compared to now, you know? Since when, like video games, I have my nephew. He's always playing the same goddamn, what's it called? Shoot. What's the name of the game?
Is it a war game?
Yes.
Call of Duty?
Thank you.
Yeah.
They have like Call of Duty Part 20. It's the same thing. Same exact way. Same exact using the knife, killing zombies. And then when someone dies in real life, they're like, oh, yeah, so what else? What else is new? What do we need to do? There needs to be a video game where it's fun again. You know? How about you just smile? That's what we need. We need to bring back life.
That would be the most boring video game.
Will it?
Just smile? I mean, even look back.
Like you have like you start off as an evil gremlin, and then you know it's kind of like a Mario Brothers type world, and then every time you save someone, you get happier each and every time. Yeah, that sounds stupid.
Yeah,
let's kill people.
That's fucking dumb. Even Mario, you were violently murdering turtles.
You just jumped on their heads and then took some acid and thought you were invincible. But yeah, you know, I had my friend over. He's from Texas, and he came over and he brought what was that game called? Mario World? Not Mario World. It's like a game board. Damn it!
Mario Party.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And my girls were playing it. I was like, holy shit, this game is fun.
There you go. That's a wholesome one.
Right. It's a very wholesome, fun game. And, you know, I get it. Kids, adolescent kids, they want to see violence. They want to see that. But, man, it's too much nowadays. It is like an overload. And I'm not saying that's going to make the that person violent. The person inside themselves makes you violent. And shitty parents also. You should be monitoring what your kids are doing. Don't blame society. Don't blame the video game maker. Don't blame the internet. Blame you for being a shitty parent, for making your kids watch countless hours of The Walking Dead and then playing Call of Duty, then watching these 9/11 videos and laughing at 9/11 dad. That's your fault, not mine. I make sure we watch not wholesome films, but, you know, come on now. You got to have a limit.
You got to understand your kid. Like my parents trusted me with stuff because like I maintained grades and stuff, so they let me watch professional wrestling. And that was the old professional wrestling where they're hitting each other in the face with steel chairs and stuff. Like I was able to watch that. I played violent video games, but I had a cousin who I'd go to his house and play those same games, And then, we're playing GTA or something, and a game I've played tons of times.
I love GTA.
I look at my cousin. He's got a different look in his eye. Like, he's not looking at it the way I'm looking at it.
This is like a blueprint.
He's getting ideas and shit.
You know what? If I do steal from a hooker, I can get my money back. That doesn't sound like a bad idea. And there's only one cop behind me. I could dodge him.
Yeah.
I'm not black. They're not going to shoot me. It'll be all right. Oh, God.
His parents should have been watching him a little more closely, and that's why me and him are in very different places in our lives.
Well,
today.
If you think about this, violence is just like alcohol. If you take enough alcohol, you're going to become an alcoholic, and it's going to ruin your life. Same thing with violent content. If you watch enough violent content, and that's all you're going to know, that's gonna ruin your life. You're going to be a violent holic. Violent holic.
I think they just call murderers
or a serial killer.
Serial killer, yeah.
Right. Oh my God, there's going to be so many serial killers in 20 years. It's going to be unbelievable. The Purge, holy shit. The Purge is going to happen soon. I know that for a fact. Because when I watched that movie, holy shit, that was really close to reality. And it's just a matter of one button. Donald Trump, North Korea is going to take over, so we need to purge people that look Asian. Let's do that. White supremacy. You know what to do. Okay. Thank you very much. I'm Donald Trump. Goodbye. Sponsored by Donald Trump Steaks. Big steaks. Prices are falling on 9/11, and the meat. Oh. Can I get a steak that's about 9 pounds and 11 ounces? Thank you very much. It's terrible. But we can all change this, folks. We could still make life look like Demolition Man. When John Spartan went to the future, and the future is completely perfect. Be well. John Spartan, you've been charged 35 credits for cursing. He doesn't know how to use the 3 seashells. Anyway, we need... and then North Korea aiming their missiles at us. And then friggin' Mother Nature's pissed off at us. You want to see violence? I'll show you violence! It's like Storm from the X-Men is pissed. She is pissed. If anyone's going to out-violent us, it's definitely Mother Nature, and she is fucking fuming. So, but it's bringing people closer together. Look at people in Houston. It's got people, digging deep and helping each other out and shunning people away. Joel Osteen, but that's not my problem. Did you hear about that?
Oh my God, yeah. I watched that one closely.
Okay, folks, I'm going to tell you this. I know some of you, my sister is a huge Joel Osteen fan. And my father, he passed away when I was 17, but growing up, he was a preacher. And he never believed in money. He believed in staying right above the line. Okay? He didn't believe in a preacher. He didn't believe preachers should be rich. Because he said, if you truly believed in God, if you truly want to walk with God, then you don't need money. Which is true. So why the fuck does Joel Osteen need a freaking mega church and then close its doors on when they need it the most? And thank God no one was violent and broke into that church because it could happen. You have desperate people during a natural disaster. And they could have said, fuck this, we're breaking into the church, we're getting in this place one way or another. And they didn't. And Joel Osteen closed its doors. And then did you see his interview?
No, I didn't see the
God.
I got to say, I think single-handedly Twitter, of all things, fixed that situation.
Oh, yeah.
Because the man got blown up and shamed the shit out. He had no choice.
Well, he was so fake. He's like, the reason why shut up.
Oh, shucks.
Shut up.
Yeah.
You're lying.
Get the fuck out of here.
That's right. Well, Cory, it's been fun, man. Thanks for being on the show,
Thanks
dude.
for letting me have a voice. I like it.
Yeah, right? Hey, folks, I want to let you guys know this week I am competing at the San Francisco International Comedy Competition. So tomorrow I will be in San Francisco. Thursday I will be in Oakland. Friday I will be in Grass Valley. And then Saturday I'll be in San Rafael. And this is the preliminary rounds. If I make it through, then I go to the semis and then the finals. And this is a pretty big. This is a 42nd annual comedy competition. It's a pretty prestige one. Robin Williams won it. Dane Cook won it. So hopefully you guys can follow me on Twitter or Instagram me, Mike B Comedy. Cory will have everything up and running, and you guys can check it out. But yeah, I just want to thank you guys for being part of this. And I don't know what my new sign off is. I don't know what it is, but we're gonna figure it out. Because I don't know. I don't like tortellini with bacon anymore, and I don't like don't drink and drive, but do subscribe. That's it. That's the sign off. Listen to Mike. All right, guys. Take care. Thank you so much.